So this is a case of a real discovery. When I was a youth and walking through this area one of the first times, I came across this monument. This would have been in the late 1960s or perhaps 1970. And the monument had only been here for a decade or so. But by then it was already overgrown and a little bit hard to discover. But it's an important monument to an important part of the development of Edmonton as a full community. We're standing, and it's hard to determine it now, right where Edmonton's first hotel was built. In fact, the first hotel west of Winnipeg, the first hotel in what's now the province of Alberta. Donald Ross was a man who had been an adventurer. He had gone from Scotland to New York. He'd been a waiter in New York, gone to California for the gold rush. After that became too tame for him. He went up into northern British Columbia and joined various gold rushes there. And then he found his way via the Peace River, ultimately to Edmonton in 1872. He was a coal miner, Edmonton's first market gardener, and his first entrepreneurial aspect was when he farmed the Hudson's Bay Company farm for them soon after the land had become open for settlement. His relationship with the Hudson's Bay Company didn't last very long, but when they settled up their differences, he came out a few $100s to the good in his working out of the terms of their settlement. So with that money, he built himself a house, about where we're standing now. And that house was where he raised his family. But also, there were many travelers going through the Edmonton area in the 1870s. So in 1876, he decided to accept overnight visitors, let them enjoy his hospitality for meals and a bed. And then when he realized that this was costing him a bit of money, he actually subdivided the upper floor of his house and turned it into the first official stopping house in what's now Edmonton. You could have a meal and you could sleep in one of the rooms upstairs for 50 cents. The story is that when the hotel was very full, then he would also offer the chance to sleep on one of the billiards tables. And the billiards tables that he had down on the main floor were tables that he had brought from Winnipeg, reputed to be the first billiards tables in Edmonton. There is a story that one traveler was a little bit distraught because he arrived, all the rooms were full, so he had to sleep on the billiard table. When he received the bill for 50 cents for the hotel room, he pointed out that he hadn't slept in the hotel room, he'd slept on the billiard table. Donald Ross listened to his complaint and he said, "You're right. I'm not going to charge you the room rate. Instead, I'll charge you the billiard rate, which is 75 cents an hour instead of 50 cents a night." Now, Donald Ross had a quick wit, and he was famous for that, but he was one of those people that did an awful lot for the building of Edmonton. It's hard to discern how wild this place was nowadays. We have high-rises all around us. We've got traffic interchanges. We've got McDougall Hill and the approach to the low-level bridge. We've got all kinds of modern urban accoutrements that disguise the fact that this was once where Donald Ross had a farm, where there were coal mines behind us, and where his first hostelry was established. Now, Donald Ross was involved in a great many of the important projects of Edmonton's early days, including the building of the low-level bridge, which was the first bridge across the North Saskatchewan River. He was the person who actually drove the last spike for the Edmonton, Yukon and Pacific Railway, and he was on the cab when it made that first crossing across the low-level bridge into this area here, which is the neighborhood in Edmonton, named for Donald Ross, known as Rossdale.